On this episode, we continue to talk about being safer at home with the COVID-19 lockdown.
So stay tuned as we have a special guest coming on towards the end of the show.
Yep. And we discuss conspiracies, all kinds. And Scott does his homework on Bill Gates.
And of course, we talk about all the TV shows that are going off the air.
Yep. And Scott, a.k.a. Funguy The Entertainer, continues to help us to be positive with his genuine positivity messages.
So let's get the Don't Know Show started.
Welcome to What Happened in the World Today. I'm Steve.
And I'm Scott. And this is a tale of how bad life decisions led to a YouTube show and podcast.
Yay! Well, as you guys may or may not have noticed on our last show, with everybody using Zoom and Scott playing multiple games on his computer, which...
Computers on the network.
He's stealing bandwidth and his latency is very high.
Yes.
So I hope you stuck with us and fought through minutes
2.5 minutes worth. Yeah.
Yeah. Where, oh man, actually led the Johns Hopkins Center and Bill Gates in partnership with Bill Gates and Melinda Gates Foundation to track a pandemic in 2020 and what it would do.
Okay. Yeah, I do remember that now. Yes. I did not know that's what it's called, but I do remember this.
Yeah.
Because it's scarily accurate to what this is doing.
Yeah. Johns Hopkins World Economic Forum and the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. So how is that? So you ever watch a TV show when the detectives go, no such thing as a coincidence?
Yes.
It's a lot of coincidences there.
Yes.
Yeah. Event 201 is a global pandemic exercise. How crazy is that? Crazy.
It's just, yeah, it's, I have some friends of mine that love to pass this kind of information on because they like to propagate it.
Well, you should talk to them more because that'd be a very interesting show. Let's get them on.
One of them wants to be on our show. We're trying to figure out how to do it.
With the mask and get a voice distorter.
Yes, that's the thing. We got to get a voice distorter.
Yeah, they're on Amazon. He can get the handheld one, the little plastic one.
Yeah, but see, the thing is, it has to be one that can't be
undone.
Correct.
Yeah.
And those aren't cheap.
Yeah, whatever. But have him get the mask, and he can hold up cue cards of what he wants to say.
Oh, there you go. Right.
You can write it really quick, or you can type it on a whiteboard. We can share a whiteboard, and he can type what he wants to say.
Exactly.
Then we can read it out loud. There you go. Problem solved. But you know the mask I'm talking about, right? That white mask, not the one from the Haunted movie, but the God, I can't think of that guy's name.
The one from V?
Really?
Was it a V for Vendetta?
No, let me see. It is, yeah, V for Vendetta. Yeah, that one. You're right.
See, I know some things. Not a lot, but I know some things.
Yeah, get that one. Yeah, so, that'd be cool, okay. Right?
Yeah, I'll pass it on because he said, "Hey, I should be on your show. I like your show. You talk about some stuff that I'd like to talk about."
Yeah. Well, give him a cool name.
Ooh, yeah, we could do that. What would we call him? Mystery.
No. Mr. E.
There we go, Mr. E. Yes, I like it.
So tell us, Mr. E.
Cool. All right. So what else do we got here?
And you did forget about the conspiracy theory. You didn't talk about the plot to kill all the Africans. You did talk about his fundraising things. And I know we don't talk politics, but Bernie's out.
Yep.
So
yeah,
it'll be a very good year for the comedians, no matter who wins the presidency.
Oh God, yes, it really is. I actually went out and voted. Because they tried to get people to do everything online or whatever or through the mail, but I already knew that they were having trouble with it. So I just went in a time that I knew it was going to be fairly slow. There were only 4 other people there. Everybody there was behind screens and wearing masks and wearing gloves. So I walked in, kept my distance, checked in, and voted. And one of the things that really irritates me is you're supposed to pick Democrat or Republican, which really pisses me off.
Oh, you have to declare yourself for a primary, yes.
Yes. It's like, I'm neither. I'm an independent.
Right, but if you want to vote, you got to pick. So I flip flop depending on who I want to, whose election I want to ruin.
Right.
So
for
I registered as a
president,
Democrat so I could vote Bernie in, and it didn't work.
For president, I did a write-in.
Oh, the poll people hate you.
Yes, they do.
You know the extra paperwork that goes involved in a write-in? Now,
I certainly do, which is why I did it.
Did you create a box and put the X with the lines intersecting inside the box? Because that used to be one of my technicalities to get that vote thrown out. You have to draw a box, and you have to put the X so the lines intersect inside the box.
They don't do that anymore. Now it's a fill in the circle.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yep. So I filled in the circle, and I wrote in Funguy the Entertainer.
Oh, that's so bad.
Remember when I ran for governor? Same thing.
Does that actually show up on the poll so you can use that for advertising?
No, because from what I understand,
vote for Funguy. You should check the records and see if that vote gets recorded.
I believe it requires a minimum of 500 votes to be counted.
Does it?
I'm not sure, but somebody told me that.
I would find out.
Well, I will look it up because now we brought it up. We'll find out.
Yeah, you should find out. You should find out.
So now this one you're going to have to take over because I just went there and it doesn't look like the right list to me because I know a bunch of shows that got canceled, like Hawaii Five-0, which is one of Susie's absolute favorite shows. What?
It's on there.
I didn't see it on the list.
They're in any alphabetical order. A, B, C, D, E.
So
F, G.
A lot of these shows I've never even heard of.
It's there. It's there. The top link, not the bottom link. There's 2 links there.
86 ending or canceled TV shows.
Yes. They're alphabetical order. Find it. All right, I'm going to have to share it now because it's there and it's in the top too. It's in the top part. Just search the word Hawaii. Jesus, it's there. Most recent editions, Deputy, Messiah.
Okay, stop turning your head. You get really quiet because you're not in the microphone.
Well, I'm not supposed to be talking.
You keep saying that.
Well, you stop talking. And you know, we hate dead air. I'm just going to share the screen.
Okay, good idea. Because you like sharing screens because it makes you all warm and fuzzy inside.
Sure. Go with that.
There we go. Maybe. Ta-da! Oh, there it is. Hawaii Five-0 CBS. Yes. So, but I'm looking at these.
Look.
Oh, hey. There we go. My screen wasn't moving before, and I didn't think there was more. Now I see it.
Check this out, though. Remember, I was just talking about that show.
Oh, yeah. Future Man. Now, the Arrow is one we used to watch, but it got kind of monotonous, so we stopped. But I'm looking at this list, and honestly, with the exception of, well, I used to watch Fresh Off the Boat, but, you know.
Arrow?
Right, that's what I said. That's one that we used to watch, but it's like Gotham. It got too dark. We weren't enjoying it anymore. We liked it to be interesting, not dark.
And then the reason I brought this up, I put this up here, is because Modern Family just had its finale after 10 years. I think it's the 4th longest running show.
Really?
Yeah. And think about that. Ed O'Neill has been a part of 2 series that have gone over a decade.
Yes, I do remember seeing the interview with him, and he was even completely shocked.
Yeah. So that's pretty impressive to have two shows that are that. But
so basically, only 2 of these shows that got canceled are ones that I watched. So
Hawaii Five-0. What about? I thought you watched. Let's see, Liar. You didn't watch Lucifer?
No.
Okay. Magicians?
No, I had thought about it, but the one show that I caught part of, it didn't grab me like I thought it would.
Yeah, it got away from the original, and it wasn't as good. I didn't even know Marvel's Howard the Duck had a series.
Right.
I mean, a lot of these say Hulu and Netflix, but they were regular. There's Modern Family, ABC, Mr. Robot. I thought you watched Mr. Robot.
Nope.
No.
See, and the other part you have to remember is
the ranch we talked about.
I don't do streaming. I'm already paying a shitload of money for cable. I watch the shows that I get on cable.
A lot of these that are Silicon Valley's getting canceled. Schitt's Creek's supposed to be funny. That's getting canceled. Soundtrack, I knew that was canceled after one season.
Now, I will admit that there is a new show that we are both watching, and we don't normally watch half-hour sitcoms.
Which is?
We're watching Broke with Polly Perrette. Yeah. I love Polly Perrette. I remember her from way back when she first got into the business. She's always played interesting, unique characters. So I've enjoyed that tremendously.
Very
and
cool.
Do you remember the movie Rebound?
I do, but I don't.
He is a coach for a basketball team, and he gets fired because he's too abusive to his players. And
you can't do that anymore.
And he ends up the only job he can get is coach for a junior high school basketball team. I know you just
Martin
looked
Lawrence.
it up.
Yeah.
Martin Lawrence, yeah. Very funny movie. You know, I enjoyed it tremendously. But the one of the regular referees in the movie is Slow Carl or something like that, because you know it would take him like 6 seconds to blow the whistle on a foul or something like that.
Okay.
But the actor that plays that is in Broke as a regular at the bar, and he's got that straight face, the perfect delivery. Just love watching him work, and him and Polly Perrette in the same scene. It was killer.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I don't see him. I don't see him in the things here, so that's cool.
So, anywho's, where are we at now? Oh, it's time.
You're driving. You're still
driving. Okay.
Good segue.
A good segue? I'm driving?
Yeah, good segue.
Is this biblical? Is a good segue?
Do you remember my conversation on this?
No.
I'm not much into reading Bible passages and stuff like that. And faith is just that faith, right? We don't talk religion on the show.
That is correct.
But this is conspiracy time. So this is conspiracy. So do you know 2 Chronicles 7, chapter 7, 13, verse 13 through 15?
Well, because it's on my screen, I do know it. Yes.
Okay. So read it and stop where the let's see. Stop where I put the lines in here. Try to put a line there. There. And there. So go ahead and read it first.
Right. Whenever I hold back the rain.
Yeah, read the whole thing first.
Okay. I read it on the other screen.
Yeah, read the whole thing first.
Straight through?
Yeah, read the whole thing.
Whenever I hold back the rain or send locusts to eat up the crops or send an epidemic on my people, if they pray to me and repent and turn away from the evil they have been doing, then I will hear them in heaven, forgive their sins, and make their land prosperous again. I will watch over this temple and be ready to hear all the prayers that are offered here.
Okay, so now read the first part to the break.
Whenever I hold back the rain.
Okay. We've been talking about the fires in Australia.
Yes.
Right? No rain to put out the fires.
Right.
Okay. Number 1, check. Next one.
Send locusts to eat up the crops.
Okay. What's going on in Africa right now?
They got another locust problem.
Bingo. Check. Number 2.
Send an epidemic on my people.
Corona. COVID-19.
Yes, yeah,
all 3 beer. Check. So all we have to do is pray, repent, and turn away from my evil ways. And he's going to give me prosperous. He's going to make my land prosperous.
Right.
So I'm good.
There you go. See? Even the atheists can pray now.
So now as long as I'm not evil, I'm good. So I'm covered. I like that.
Yes.
I'm happy.
And since we are genuinely positive type people, we're good. Definitely
that means our show is going to be prosperous.
Ooh, yes. That'd be so cool.
I'm so excited about that.
So, anywho's.
So now I should introduce you, yes?
Yes, you should.
Ladies and gentlemen, Live from our studios in Dublin, Wisconsin, it's Funguy The Entertainer with our genuine positivity message.
You always have the choice to be either positive or negative. Being positive might take more work than being negative, but as they have always said, everything worthwhile takes some effort. So take the effort and spread some positivity.
Yay! Thank you, Funguy The Entertainer, because that will help us, according to Chronicles 7:13 through 15, to be prosperous.
Exactly. So now, of course, we have to go into the coronavirus information again, because you know how all that's going, right?
No, but you're going to tell me, right?
Something like that.
Okay, so tell me.
One of our friends I told you about before, Andrew from Belgium.
Yes, and people have been asking about him when we're going to get back on the show and stuff like that. And I just talked about Danish pastry because that was going to be our next show.
Yes.
We're going to talk about Danish pastry.
Well, apparently Andrew picked up COVID-19. He was looking for a date, and he just saw it on the street corner and picked it up.
Not really. Hello, everybody.
Apparently, it was a minor case.
It was a fairly minor case because he's still with us. Hi, Andrew.
I'm glad to see you, buddy. How are you?
I'm okay. Surviving like everybody in the world, but yeah, I'm still there.
That's awesome. So did you hear about my Kugel? What is it, Scott?
Kringle.
Kringle. What is that?
Kringle. It's a Danish Kringle. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know Danish things. I mean, only the Danish woman I know is a woman.
Oh, I don't know what you know.
What is Kringle?
Kringle. Not Chris Kringle. It's a type of Danish. It's very similar to a coffee cake, but it's a different type of dough.
Thinner. Yeah, let me bring the picture back up for him.
All right.
It'll come up on the screen.
Okay,
here.
What is going on here? My computer is being weird. It just clicked me out of everything.
I'm curious if you could share with 3 people instead of just 2.
Yes. Zoom is awesome, dude. Zoom works on everything now.
Okay. There's a company in Racine called OH Bakeries. They're like 3rd generation from Denmark, and they have a Danish Kringle. And there it is right there.
There it is. See it pop up on his face?
Yeah, but what is it? Is it pastry or?
Yeah, it's a pastry. It's kind of like
okay.
If you look at the Viking there, you can kind of see it's kind of oval shaped.
Yeah.
I didn't take a picture of it open, which I probably should have.
Okay.
But it's kind of like it's not as light as a phyllo dough, but it's kind of wrapped around, and then this one has raspberry in it.
Okay. Nice. Sounds delicious.
Yeah. So it's very, very cool. But so you were down for a couple days?
Down? I mean.
Yeah, like asleep.
Oh, no. Well, yeah, I'm completely shifted. I was already shifted before the confinement, but now it's even worse.
Really?
I mean, I sleeping when I feel sleeping, you know. I mean, we are all confined.
Right. So you guys are all on lockdown to start with, but then they locked you down even more, right? Because
more and more, actually. It started the announcement when the 12th of March. I cannot forget that date because it's the birthday of my father, who unfortunately passed away 3 years ago now. And I was in the restaurant on the lunchtime, and Vietnamese restaurant, which is funny.
Okay.
Yeah, and I sneezed, and everybody was looking at me. Oh, what? You know?
Yeah, just allergies, but yeah,
And the same day at 4:00 in the afternoon, they announced the government announced officially the lockdown of all the cities in Belgium, and so it started. And then the Friday, I had to do my, grocery, pick up a few things. I mean, after the announcement, and I wasn't feeling very well, so I went to the doctor. Unfortunately, it's now in appointment, so he was overbooked. But he did a few analyze via the telephone, and he sent me directly to the emergency. So I went there for like nearly 48 hours, but it was only my allergies. It was not me. I mean, well, at that start. And a week later, I had the same symptoms. I mean, dry cough and all. So it's mini corona, but no fever, no big deal with the appetite, no big deal with the taste. And yeah, but I was completely knackered for 4 days.
But the odds are when you went in for the first test is when you actually picked it up.
I think so.
So did they test you the second time to confirm it?
No.
Okay, so you don't. So you're not confirmed then.
No, but
okay, well that's good. So I'm going to say you didn't have it. I'm just going to say that you got some other disease.
What people saying that everybody has it, but some people have a better immune system than the others.
So it's kind of like the herpes, then, is what you're saying.
Yes.
Yes.
Everybody's
but not the space herpes.
Same kind, yeah, same kind. But no, I mean, bad cancer to talk about another kind of subject that is really touch everybody in the world. Everybody is born with a cancer. Everybody.
Yeah, so this will be another treatable chronic, which is where my new conspiracy theory. I've always had the conspiracy theory that they will never cure the common cold because of the fact that there's more money in treatment.
In selling the pills. And, yeah, exactly.
Right,
yeah,
because there's a CVS, there's a Walgreens. Well, what do you guys have in Belgium that sells just drugs, like a apothecary type store? Is what companies are they called? Are they CVS and Walgreens?
Barclay mainly.
Oh, Barclay. Okay. Yeah. So I carried that one further and I said, wow, you know what? They have a lot of those cold and flu aisles now in grocery stores. And that's when I came to the realization. I'm like, oh my God, grocery stores. They've been lying to us about food all this time.
True.
We don't need to be eating the food that we're, like I think I'm onto something with this, all the chemicals that they're putting in food and stuff like that. And the fact that I went whole food plant-based and now I've gone back to vegan because I'm eating cheese, because I'm eating some dairy because I found cheese during Corona.
Yeah, but, same here. I
mean, so I'm like, they've been lying to us about food too, because we don't need 36 different types of Cheerios.
Sure, why not?
Have you guys seen all the different Cheerio flavors they have now?
It's incredible. I mean, it's stupidly incredible. I mean, why? Exactly.
Because so many people are so picky, especially kids.
Yeah. And one is cheaper than the other or more expensive than the other, and it's just, stupidly idiots.
It's like my cats. I have 4 cats, and they're so damn finicky that no matter what cat food you get them, they'll eat it one day and they'll turn their nose up at the next.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, this says there are at least 16, at least. But this one only rates 12 of them. Honey Nut Cheerios, Frosted Cheerios, Honey Nut Cheerios Medley Crunch, Multigrain Cheerios, Fruity Cheerios, which looks like Fruit Loops to me.
Yeah.
Yes.
Apple Cinnamon Cheerios, regular Cheerios, Chocolate Cheerios, Multigrain Cheerios.
Oh my
Chocolate God. Cheerios. Cheerios with accent grains.
All right.
They had peanut butter Cheerios. That got canceled.
Yeah, I guess I took a picture in the store when I counted to the 32. And I was like, are you freaking kidding me?
Yeah. I mean, a dry sausage with garlic, that's enough. I mean, it's a simple thing.
Yeah, here's some more. Toasted coconut, blueberry, maple, oat crunch, peach. Said fruity Cheerios, said frosted Cheerios, said banana nut, oat crunch, peanut butter. There it is. Chocolate peanut butter Cheerios. Honey Nuts and Oats, regular cheese, pumpkin spice Cheerios, and very berry Cheerios. Yes.
Yep. That's incredible.
Crazy. It is crazy. I'm like, so I'm think that they're lying to us about food. That's what I changed the pyramid from. Whoops, I disappeared there when I shadowed myself off. But yeah, it's crazy. So I'm glad that you're doing well. Are you able to get, and you have enough toilet paper? Because apparently that's the big thing everybody's worried about.
That's always a good question. I managed to grab a pack of 8 roll paper last week because I've got my mask now.
Don't you have a bidet?
No. Hey.
You're in Europe. Everybody in Europe has a bidet.
No. I'm not crazy.
I know, only the rich people have them.
Yeah, right. No. But I had finally from last Monday, we are Sunday now. Yeah, okay. Saturday, Sunday. Last Monday, I finally had my mask, so I could get out finally to make some grocery shop because it was, all my stock were shrinking.
Sure.
I was happy. It's my landowner who's living on the ground floor here. I'm in the second level here, and yeah, she gave me 2 throwable nurse masks, and she made a one in tissue. Look, let me show
I
you.
should have brought my mask up. I didn't bring my mask up.
Wait. I go there. Look.
Oh, I'll go get mine while you're doing that. I'll be right back.
Yes. This
I'm not gonna get mine.
This one is the throwable one. Okay.
Right.
You can use it for 3 to 4 hours.
Okay.
That's the one from the nurse and all.
Yep.
And this one is the one she crafted, literally. It's in tissue. Look.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, with some little ropes over there that you can... Right. Okay, more seriously, this one, and she... Sorry, make me laugh. And she make a whole...
That's my mask.
Yeah, right. And she make a whole hair. No, wait, where is it? Well, anyway, a whole here, right? Where you can put a filter, like a coffee filter or something. And
you know what people are doing, Andrew? They're taking filters for like your air conditioner, the HEPA filters, or
that works also. Yeah, exactly.
And cutting those up.
Yeah, and you put it in, and you can go out quickly, do your grocery shop, and coming back, throw the filter, just wash a little bit the side that you were breathing on, and dry it, and then you're fine. So I'm happy. I'm free again.
That's good. Unfortunately, masks only protect the other people from you getting them sick. They don't protect you. I talked about this on the show.
But that's why I'm afraid myself, because I've got some allergy problems myself. So that's why I was very very concerned about it, to not first protect myself, but also not infect the other people.
That's why Scott's mask is better, because of the fact that, well, no, they say there's 3 places that the coronavirus enters your body: your mouth, your nose, and your eyes.
Yes, and the eyes. Well, that's why the people with spectacles are more protected than the other one.
As long as they don't take the spectacles off and do this.
Exactly.
If they take them off and wipe their eyes, guess what?
You're absolutely right. So we
are. Of course, what does Steve do? He takes his glasses off and he touches his eyes.
I've washed my hands. Washing your hands is still...
Washing the hands, it's all the time. I had the same compulsive thing. I wash my hands all the time. Anyway, but now more. Of
I do too. My wife hates it. Like when I cook, I'm always washing my hands.
Same.
I leave the water running warm.
Yeah.
And every time I change a food, every time I move to a different station, the same. I wash my hands.
Well, just, rinse it. Actually, it's the minimum.
Yeah.
You don't need to use soap or whatever.
And if you come to my house, we have enough forks for 12 settings. Mm-hmm. We have enough knives for 12 settings. Yeah. And we have enough spoons for 56 settings.
Yeah, so you can change any time. So
because when I'm tasting the food, I always grab a fresh spoon.
Right? Exactly. So exactly the same.
They're like, why do you have so many spoons? I don't get it. You forks, knives, and a ton of spoons. I'm like, because I take them, put them in a jar, like a little down the counter, and when I'm tasting as I'm cooking, I taste it and I throw it in the sink. And I taste
exactly.
It
I do exactly the same. That's funny.
I don't double dip. So yeah.
So I'm not crazy. Good.
Well, I wouldn't go that far, Andrew.
Oh, shut up, you.
But yeah, so hopefully, what scares me the most is we're going to keep social distancing, because I've read a lot of research on this disease and any disease. And the thing is, this will probably last us for 2 years, where every 3 to 9 months, the disease will come back, right? It'll have a resurgence. But my fear is, I don't know if you can see the picture behind me or not too well, but we had the Thunderbirds fly over and do a show for all of the people who are responding in that. Okay. And all the people went out of their house and they all got together within 6 feet of each other just to watch, which you could watch out of your own yard because they flew over everybody, but they all got together. So as soon as this is over, everybody's going to be back out together again. And, and it'll spike. And I'm like, please don't. And I'm trying to teach my staff at work. I'm like, hey guys, you guys are going to be the leaders out there. The world has changed. We're not shaking hands. We're not fist bumping. One of the things that the World Health Organization said, the band The Who, from the beginning was if you sneeze or cough, use courtesy and sneeze or cough in your elbow. And then they were going around telling everybody, don't shake hands, do elbow. I'm like, no, you just told me to sneeze and cough in there.
Indeed.
So yeah.
Well,
so
you can do it. The youngsters do this now. Boom.
Yeah, you're not even supposed to do that.
Not supposed to do that anymore.
No.
Yeah, I mean now it's like I'm gonna just I'll tap your foot.
I'm just gonna do a booty bump. That's all there is to it.
Yeah.
You know, if you're gonna catch something out of my rear end,
yeah, it's crazy. But no, I'm glad you're on the mend. I'm glad it wasn't a positive test for corona. I'm gonna say it was allergies and that you might have gotten something else. But in the United States, I don't know. The World Health Organization said they'd classify it this way. If you die from anything during this time, you can classify it as corona.
Right.
If you haven't had a chance to test the person because you don't know.
Seriously? Oh, my
Yeah.
God.
So if you were going in and you had a heart attack, they could say that you got corona and that caused a heart attack. Therefore, you didn't die of a heart attack because I couldn't find the numbers for this show. So everybody go out there and research this and find out if I don't know shit or if this is true. There have been no deaths from any other flu this year except for corona.
All right.
Now, the other flus normally kill 50 to 60,000 people in this time period. So
just in our country, yeah.
To have none, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to find those stats to see if, because that would,
Well, here's something that Andrew is going to get a kick out of before we boot him out of our channel here. Okay. The last time we had a pandemic this severe was in 1918, and they called it the Spanish flu. It affected about 500 million people, or at that time, about 1/3 of the world's entire population.
Right.
And it was mainly because of World War I. The soldiers and stuff transmitted it everywhere in the world incredibly rapidly. And it came back again the next year, and it actually lasted for 12 years.
That's right.
12 years. Think about that.
Yeah,
so our society's changed. I am curious as to what's going to happen when they turn the shows back on here in Vegas. There'll definitely be smaller shows and smaller rooms. But, will they?
No, they can't. It's got to be a bigger room with more space between the seats.
Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen. It's going to be very
and social distancing doesn't count with the people you live with. So, if you come in with your family of 6, you need the 6 seats together. So I don't know how they're going to change it. I don't think they will. I think that's just going to go back to normal, and people are going to finally realize that, something, people get sick from the flu anyway.
It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. And I looked up in TSA. So TSA checkpoint travelers, now this is just in the United States, right? We normally get about 2,300 people through a checkpoint a day. 2,300 people a day. Right. Guess how many people traveled last week on average per day?
I'm going to say a couple hundred because everything's shut down.
And believe it or not, throughout the whole United States, it's still 100,000.
Really?
Right.
Oh, my.
100,000 people are traveling. Now, don't forget, this is people coming in there's still people coming in from China and Mexico and all these other places that are still coming in here through the airports, Canada. Right. They're still coming in here. So we are still getting throughout the United States 100,000 people traveling through the airports a day. When last year at this time was over 2 million per day.
Right. Well, you still got people in business businesses that are vital are still moving around.
Yeah, I'm not traveling for work.
Here, everything is closed. The 3 airports we have in Belgium are closed completely.
Wow. That's crazy.
I mean, my city here is a small one. I mean, we have 1.2 million people here in Brussels, and I'm living on the most dense part of it, around the university. Normally, I was complaining with the noise and all. That's why I have to sleep with earplug, But now I'm complaining that it's too silent.
I'm so glad he said university.
It's a ghost town.
Okay, here comes my worst joke. This is a terrible joke. I'm warning everybody now, put mute on for the next 30 seconds if you don't want to hear the world's worst joke. The good news about this, school shootings are down.
Good one.
Yeah. So for those of you who are just offended by Steve's tasteless joke,
go to whathappened.world
and let us know that you were offended by Steve's joke.
Yeah. Whathappened.world.
All right. Well, thanks for being on the show again, Andrew. I'm glad that you're doing good, and I'm sure I will see you tomorrow in the game.
I do want to ask Andrew one last question before he leaves.
Sure.
Do you have balconies where you live?
No, unfortunately, but I can open a window and
Are you guys in your town doing like they were doing in Italy and people opening up the windows and playing music out the windows and stuff like that, or no?
Yes and no. We talk to each other and we wave, and
Okay.
they clap at 8 o'clock in the afternoon. PM, for all the people who are taking care of us, the nurse and policemen.
Cool.
What do they
nice.
call those inflatable guys that have the fans at the bottom and they're really tall and skinny and they move around like this in front of like car dealerships and stuff?
The inflatable dudes. The little
Yeah.
wavy advertising guys.
Yes. The movie Smallfoot, there's a scene with that. So that's kind of what I was thinking that Andrew is. Everybody's out there, things looking like those guys.
Waving? No. We just waving and say hi, and it's all. Sometimes
now, do you know your neighbors better now?
I always knew my neighbors before because I'm a communicating person, but now more than ever, of course, yeah.
So
Yes,
guess
but he
what?
doesn't know them biblically because he has to keep his 6 foot separation.
They are called Skyzer's Wacky Wavy Inflatable Tube Man.
There you
All
go.
right. Okay.
Tube Man is what it is on Wikipedia. Yeah,
Cool.
Also known as Sky Dancers.
Yeah, that's it. Skydance, that's what I've heard before.
Sky Dancer, Air Dancer, Wacky Wavy Inflatable Arm Flailing Tube Man.
Yeah.
One thing I would like to add before going off is that unfortunately we can see that everybody is, everything is frozen on the industry, etc. So no more pollution, no more
Yeah, you can see
scary animals, etc. And they all go around. I mean, you can see wild boars in Tel Aviv and in the streets. I mean, the dolphin going back in the bays in Italy, etc., etc.
They were saying that you can see the mountains now in
the Himalaya. In the Himalaya, exactly. Yeah. I've seen
in China. You can see things in LA. There's no
beautiful.
smog.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. So, it's crazy. I don't. I can't imagine this ever happening ever.
Me neither.
And hopefully it does. We find a way so it does not happen again.
Well, I hope the people will finally think better. I mean, now our leaders, dirigent politician, fucking idiots. But yeah,
yeah, but they don't. Oops. They don't take. Yeah, they don't take any. As a human society, we don't take things serious until it's the old "not in my backyard" mentality.
That's
until
true.
It's affecting you, you're like, not my problem.
Yeah.
And we could have started testing all this stuff way before, like they started doing
certainly
the testing the lupus medicine and all that stuff when it finally got here after we quarantined everybody. They could have been testing that lupus medicine back when China had it in December.
That's right.
And be done with the test already and know that it works. So yeah,
okay.
But we're not going to talk about politics. And Andrew, see you later.
See you later.
Glad you're doing well.
Take care. Yeah, thank you. Bye.
Oh, yeah, that's awesome. So kick him off, Scott.
I'm working on it.
There it is. Good job. So yeah, my sister-in-law was just asking about him. So there you go, Pam.
Yay.
There's a special guest for you, Andrew. But with that, we are just at our word of the week.
Yes. Which
now,
is headwind.
Okay, now aside from it being a headwind when you're traveling, it's going to take us longer. We're going to go.
We're flying. We're flying to California, but the headwind is going to make us take an extra hour and 10 minutes.
Right? Yeah, because you're flying into the wind,
correct,
and tailwind. But headwind was not into the dictionary till recently.
Well, again, it was in there because of a headwind was for airplane travel and other things like that.
Okay, so what's the new? I don't know what the new.
It has an abstract use to describe something that inhibits progress. Period. So now it's not just. Yeah, normally it used to be considered only to do with aircraft.
So now like say if you were having an construction problem, like you were having with your barn, you were having headwind problems with your barn.
Exactly.
That is amazing.
It is. They're adding. I don't know if you ever watched any of the old movies, specifically the 20s and 30s movies,
Name one.
About the 20s and 30s.
Name one. I've seen some, but not a lot.
Well, like
I'm not as old as you.
Yeah, by 3 freaking years.
That's still an accurate statement on my part.
It is. I like Yankee Doodle Dandy, one of my favorite movies.
Yeah, I saw that. I love the musical. I love the play.
Yes. At the very end of the movie, these young kids in a sports coupe come running up there because they got a little bit of radiator issue, so they ask to stop for some water. And they're talking to him while he's in his chair. And they mention, they're using slang terms. And one of the things is, if they're having a good time and everything's gay. And
yeah.
Okay, so, but, 30 years ago, gay became homosexual. Right. So then it got added to the dictionary as meaning homosexual, 50 years later. And that's what's happening with these words. They're getting new meanings, but in younger crowds, they're using them on social media. It's making enough noise to get added.
Cool. So, all right. Well, I think that you did okay. You're going to have to do better. I want everybody to go support my buddy Jimmy Romero. Go to Amazon.
Oh, Jimmy.
Watch The Whiskey Man and the Rider. The Whiskey Man and the Rider. Please go watch the movie. If it's part of your Prime, just go watch it, man. It's you got to go watch The Whiskey Man and the Rider.
And see if you can figure out which character is Steve.
Well, yeah. Comment down below. But yeah, it's a great movie, great cast. So with that, I think we are done. And I want to say thank you for watching.
And if you feel our show is not a bad life decision,
then please subscribe, watch our other shows and channels. Please bear with us as we work through these technical glitches and stuff like that. And as I disappear here, but down on the bottom down there is whathappened.world. Down there, you can make comment to us. You can comment to us. You can subscribe to our Facebook. You can subscribe to Instagram. I've not been doing a lot of that because I've just been working and coming home, going to sleep. But please do subscribe. Watch all of our podcasts from the webpage. And I want you to live every day. And we'll see you on the next show.
Be genuinely positive, live and love life, and please, 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 please have a good one.
And wash your hands.
Wash your hands.
Crazy.